There we go. So we're going back to the basics. So we're gonna start, and this might not be the entire, like we might end early again this week because honestly, most of us probably know this stuff. It's just a good reminder. So take notes, but I think that honestly, getting focused and getting back to what actually works is going to be a good idea for all of us. And I need to remind myself of this a lot too, that it's easy to get distracted and stay busy, even if we're not like really effective in building our business. So we don't necessarily need more overthinking. We don't need more scrolling, which I could definitely do sometimes. But what we need is activity, the right activity, not just busy work, but the right activity. So, to be completely honest, your calendar is going to tell the truth about your business. So, what does your calendar look like right now? Is your calendar like Snow White? Is it totally empty? Or does it have stuff, excitement? So, if your calendar is empty, your business is like whispering or maybe like croaking right now. If your calendar is full, your business is excited and yelling, and it's like the cheerleader, like, woo! Okay. So, we're going to talk about booking first because not a lot happens in our business without bookings. And bookings can definitely look different ways, and I'll talk about that too. But I think one of the most important things is to ask everyone when it comes to booking, ask everyone. I think that too many of us prejudge people and we think, like, oh, she doesn't wear makeup, she's not girly, like, she blah, blah, blah. Like, we're saying no for them. And so we don't know who is looking for a skincare regimen, who needs some confidence in their products, who needs a fresh start, like when it comes to skincare. Gosh, I can't even tell you lately, most of the people I get in front of, they're just so amazed at how the products make their skin feel and what they learn at the sessions, like how to take care of their skin and all these things. Like, we're not doing a lot of self-care for ourselves. So, as far as bookings and filling up your calendar, it's a good idea to always have 10 bookings because they're not all going to hold. So, if you always have 10 bookings, you're always in business. And it doesn't mean 10 a week, it just means 10 period. Like, have 10 bookings on your date book at all times. And and then the other thing is having five sources of leads coming into your business. So I'm not going to do a whole lead training, but if we're going to talk about the basics, throwing this in there is kind of really helpful. So having five sources of leads. So what sources of leads do you have coming into your business right now? Like on a regular basis, you have these leads flowing into your business, and there's ways to do this that don't take a lot of time. So, some ideas are referrals, which we get at our parties for sure. We can walk away from a party with 50 referrals. That's a huge one. Another source is your warm circle. So we don't discredit your circle. Past customers, those are people that you can book. New people that you meet, so warm chatter, daycares, the Mama's Appreciations, there's stores, restaurants, there's working women appreciation, there's vendor events, there's so many different lead generating things, also networking events, and social media connections. So there's lots of different ways to have streams of leads coming into your business. So we're going to talk a little bit about your warm circle. So I want you to ask yourself truly, and as you're taking notes, if people pop into your mind, go ahead and jot them down. And I want to challenge you to ask them either tonight or tomorrow. So what you're going to write down is Franks. So it's like the man's name, Franks. And that stands, this is like how we talk about our warm circle. So this includes friends, which honestly, when we write down who do we know, we're typically writing down the people that we talk to daily or weekly, right? We're not writing down other people. So this helps you dig a little bit deeper. This is like your wedding list. You have a wedding coming up and you have an unlimited budget, who would you invite? You would be inviting people that you haven't talked to in a long time, that you want to reconnect with, that you want to see again, extended family. So F stands for friends, R stands for relatives, A stands for acquaintances, and I can put this in the chat too. So friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors. N stands for neighbors. So those are the people around you and even like your church family, people that you see, that you're near. K stands for kids connections. So people that you know because of kids or even from when you were a kid. So this is like other moms at school or kids activities, sports, things like that. Um, or old friends like from when you were in school. And then S stands for service providers. So who does your hair? Who do you go to see for your dentist? Who's your banker? Who does your nails? So these are people that are in your circle that you recognize them and they recognize you. These are the people that you start booking because these are actually going to be the best bookings. The ones that book and hold, these are going to be the best. They're a little more invested in wanting to host something successful for you. The other thing, and Tiffany actually said this, is follow up with old leads. Okay, because things happen. Like every 6 months, our life looks totally different due to different things, schedule, circumstances, kids, life, all the things, right? So don't be afraid to reach back out to old leads. And if you come across some old leads, like, oh, I have a story. Oh my gosh. Well, I have a couple stories. Um, One is I committed to myself to make 20 calls a day, 20 attempts a day at the beginning of maybe it was February, I don't remember, but um so I did that for a couple days and then I was like, well, now I'm out of leads, so I need to like really call everybody, not just because it wasn't just booking calls, it was also customer follow-up, shares, just for all the things, just anything um to move my business forward. And so I'm going through my notebook and I've come across this old lead and it's from when I went to Sumter and did Working Women Appreciation and I somehow it got like it was one single lead that got stuck in my notebook somehow. And I was like, no, I'm not calling her. It had to have been, it was months. And it was Working Women Appreciation. So it's not even like I had a solid connection with this person because I literally just walked in and was like, here's a rose and a chocolate. Give me your name and number. And but because I had committed, so this is important, commitment is important to making my calls. I called her and it was Letitia. And Letitia hosted a party and she had her BFF Jaquanda there, who which that party was like a $800 party in itself, but I also got to meet her, Jaquanda, who joined and is now rocking her business and has two team members. So don't be afraid to follow up with old leads. And then my other story, this story's not done yet, so you'll have to ask me for the rest of the story later. So today, I am cleaning out my box that I use for vendor events. So it has like my clipboards and tablecloths and like my guess how many jar. And I come across this clipboard that has sales slips on it because when people order products at the vendor events, I fill out a sales slip, I get all their information. So I have these people that I met in December. It is like April right now. And I have these sales slips that I filled out, and they got their products, but I never put them in touch. I never followed up with them. Like, I did nothing with them. And then one of the sales slips had this with it because she got something from me, but she also put her name in the Guess How Many giveaway. So I was supposed to book her in December. I think it was December. It might have even been before December. So the old me would have been like, oh no, we're throwing this lead away. That's too embarrassing. There's no way I can call her. I met her months ago. But the new me is going to call her because, we pray for God to give us people, and He gave me this person. I don't know what's going to happen. It's one single lead, but I'm at least going to do my part and call to book her. So, and sometimes people are a no right now, but they might not be a no forever. So that's booking. So the bookings is the like first thing when it comes to working the basics. So back to the basics. And by the way, welcome Miranda, Darlene, and Jasmine. I'm so excited to see y'all on. So, so we've talked about booking, which is the very basic part of this business. And there's different ways to book too. So just do the work, do the activity. Phone calls are definitely best, or even in person. Like when you see somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll host a party for you." Be prepared and say, "Okay, let's go ahead and pencil it in." Not, "Oh, I'll be in touch. Like I'll get with you." No, because that's not a party. That's not going to happen. So if they're willing to try the products, they're willing to do a session, go ahead and book them right away. Be prepared to put them on your calendar right away. So there are obviously in-person parties and there are virtual parties. And y'all, it is okay, so it's April 28th. So we have today, we have tomorrow the 29th, and then we have Thursday the 30th. Do you know how many faces you could see on Zoom between now and the end of the month? You could easily do 5-minute Zooms. I have done, so when I first heard about 5-minute Zooms, it's like Fab 5 and 5, or my favorite 5 and 5. So you're like, "Hey, Tiffany, I'm practicing a new way to present our products, and I was wondering if I could borrow you on Zoom for 5 minutes." And then I did this, by the way. So they say yes, you're like, "All right, great. Are you free right now?" Like, why wait? This does not have to be a long drawn out thing. And the way that I did these was one-on-one, but you can do it as a party too. So I hopped on, I shared my 5 favorite products, and you're always going to sell or share skincare. So my 5 products back then when I did this was the Time Wise Repair Set. That's one product. It's 5 bottles, but that was one product. And I'm gonna tell you what I did there. I read the little this thing. Let me see if it's in here. So, yes, this, I literally read this to them. You don't have to know, like, just romance it. This pamphlet does a great job of helping you romance the products. So I was like, okay, and I told them why I love it too, but it's like, all right, the Repair Voluform Foaming Cleanser. So it says this lathers into a moisture-rich cashmere soft foam that gently sweeps away complexion dulling impurities. Like it already sounds amazing. You just have to romance it. And these products are great. So I just ran through that. That was one product. I shared charcoal mask, CC cream. I don't even remember, just 5 products. Your favorite 5 products, one of them being a skincare set, or at the very least, cleanser and moisturizer. So you want them on our skincare. That's the most important. Preferably the Miracle set or the Repair set, whichever one you want to do. But Fab 5 and 5, I literally hopped on Zoom for 5 minutes with a lady, shared this, told her about the whatever the other 4 products were, and she bought $430 from me. I was on Zoom for 5 minutes. So imagine if you did several of those over the next couple of days, what that could look like for your pocket, for your business, for your customer base, for your family. So that's one idea. There's in person. It's not too late for you to do in-person stuff either, you guys. People know their schedule right now better than if you said, "What about the end of May?" Again, we overcomplicate things. Y'all, they don't need till the end of May to get together with you to try some products. It's not that serious. So don't make it a big deal. Don't make it that serious. All we have to do is sit down around a kitchen table and try some products. So it can be so simple as Katie saying, like, "Hey, Candace, can I borrow your face? I need to practice." That could be your booking script. You do not have to make it difficult. And then Candace is like, "Sure." And Katie's like, "What are you doing tonight?" I mean, what are you doing tonight? It's not that serious. Like, get together with them, let them try the products, and then work it full circle. That's the magic, is working it full circle, whether it's a Zoom, in person, whether it's Facebook, text, or whatever. Whatever kind of party you do, work it full circle. And so there's also, I'm gonna put it, actually, I don't know, Candace, are your hands free? So there are a few of us on was that the 300 by the 15th Zoom? It was. And there was a top director training. Her name is Molita Daly. It was amazing. And she works her business 100% virtually. Now, I will disclaimer this by saying I will never go 100% virtual, but there are some people that virtual as an option is going to be very beneficial for them. And they're going to be able to do more than if they didn't know the virtual side of things. So I do highly recommend a hybrid business where you let people try stuff in person, but also virtual. And if you go to the link that Candace just shared, now it's important that you do this like right away, not right this second, but today. melitavip.com, and you're going to click on the Couch Cash Academy and sign up for it. It's free, and you just put like your email address and your name in there, and it will send you emails. Now, you might have to dig for the emails because my emails definitely went to like it wasn't spam, it was the other one, like promotions or whatever. So make sure you mark it or add her to your what is it called? Your contacts on your email so that you actually see her emails. But she's going to teach you how to do 4 different virtual parties, Zoom parties, and this is her way. It doesn't mean that her way is the only way. So trust me, the way that she does it is not the way that I do it, but it's good to figure out your way. You got to figure out your way. You got to be you, be yourself, but work it full circle. That's the main thing. Is like it's easy to let people try the products. It's easy to talk about the products, but if you don't work it full circle, you're basically just live entertainment. And I'm sure that nobody's here to be live entertainment, and you're unpaid entertainment. You're not even getting paid for it. So, and most of us want to get paid, right? So, um, she teaches Zoom parties, Facebook parties, texting parties, and messenger parties. So if you're like, ooh, what is that? Go sign up for it so that you can get that training. She is a top director. Her highest unit sales in 1 year has been about 950,000. So just shy of $1 million in sales. So they know what they're doing. And she would be a good one to learn from. Also, Valada, some of us were on a director Zoom yesterday, and my friend Valada talked about, she didn't train on what she does, but I do have her training on what she does. And she does Zoom parties a totally different way. She does them in 30 minutes or less. Everybody's closed on the Zoom. She has the orders and everything. So when they hop off Zoom, they're done. Like they just send out invoices. So you don't have to make it complicated, and you can still do so much this month. Um, okay, so that's booking. Now we're going to talk about holding parties, which we kind of just talked about that. But if you're talking about holding in-home parties, that's where the most money is made, or just parties in general. The most money is made at parties because there's other ways to sell, but I think sometimes we can be delusional and think that we could just set up a website and then make money. Like, there's no way to just make money. If you want passive income in Mary Kay, you got to build the business, and then I guarantee you will have passive income. Because when I had Olivia, I didn't work my business for a solid, I mean, it had to have been a year and a half. And that whole year and a half, I was getting paid, I was a sales director, and I drove a free car. That's passive income. And I was still making money from my customers. But that didn't come from me joining Mary Kay and setting up a website. That came from me building the business through parties. So parties is where the money's made. It's where you grow your confidence. It's where you find your team members. So a good party size, especially in person, is going to be like 3 to 5 women. It's not, you're not looking for a 30-person party. It's like the hostess plus 2 of her friends. Everybody has 2 friends or sisters or mama or cousin or auntie or neighbor. Everybody can find 2 people. So once you book someone, you want to turn it into a party by having them invite a couple people. That's it. Easy peasy. Now, if you don't have a starter kit, you need a starter kit. I highly recommend the starter kit. So if you need a starter kit and you don't know how to get one, or if it's past your 15 days, I've thought of a solution. So reach out to me and I will be happy to walk you through how that could look. But keep it simple. It is better to do it than for it to be perfect. And I don't know if you've ever been to any of my parties, or if you came from one of my parties, maybe I recruited you from a party or a skincare session. I've never held a perfect party. Ever. My whole 14 years in Mary Kay, I've never held a perfect party. So it's better to be done than to try to be perfect. So messy action is going to beat waiting to be polished and perfect all day long. The people that are doing it, they don't have it together. They're not like polished, I promise. We're just doing it. So, when it comes to holding parties, like love your hostess. Hostesses matter, where you might know one person, but she knows three and she can put you in front of those people. So coach them well, get them to have people there, even if it's a lead, even if it's literally a cold lead that you met while you were out and about. Doesn't matter. Have them have people there and tell them what's in it for them and tell them that it's important for you because women do like helping women. So coach your bookings well. Mary Kay Ash always said that a party worth coach or booking is a party worth coaching. And coaching just means that you're staying in touch with them to make sure they hold. If you book somebody for even 3 days from now and then they don't hear from you till 3 days from now, they've already forgotten. You have it in your calendar. You're a little more organized, but most people aren't like that. They're like, oh yeah, I'm free Friday. And then Friday comes and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot I have a softball game or whatever, like whatever it is. And so you stay in touch with them so that will help avoid people ghosting you. Because at least if something comes up, they will communicate so that you can reschedule them. Because about half of what we book holds. But the parties should all be full circle. Full circle means at the party or on the party or in the party, whether it's in person, Zoom, text, Messenger, Facebook, doesn't matter. You are selling the product, you're getting bookings, you're getting referrals, and you're sharing the business opportunity. So you should walk away from parties with referrals, that's new leads to book, bookings, that's more parties to hold, team members or share calls, and sales. And honestly, when it comes to our in-person stuff, the order that we're looking for is actually sales are at the bottom. Like if you go into a party with dollar signs in your eyes and you're like, how much are they gonna buy? Then you could be disappointed. But if you are looking at the big picture, like I am getting referrals, I'm getting future bookings, I'm getting potential team members, then you know that every party leads to something. I promise every party leads to something. And even if you don't sell anything that day, you still have future income as long as you follow up because the fortune is in the follow up. So the party is a lot of times where the interest starts in the products or the business, but your follow up is where you make the money a lot of times. Now, we do sell at our parties. So this past weekend, we had Jaquanda's kickoff, and that was about $490 in sales or something like that. And then I also had a party that morning. There was three people there, and with the hostess's order included, it was a $530 party. So the parties work and we do sell, but there's also future stuff, as in soon to be more team members, share calls, bookings. My hostess booked again. She wants to now host for her coworkers because that was her daughter and her daughter's friend. Talking too much. Okay, so we're booking, we're holding parties, we're selling. And like I said, selling is actually at the bottom of the list when it comes to parties. So as a director, and if you want to move up the leadership or move up the career path into leadership, this is a good way to look at things. When I walk into a party, here's what I'm looking for. This is what I personally am looking for. You got to figure out what you're looking for. Number one, I'm looking for sales directors. So I'm looking for people that want a change, that want to literally change their circumstances, change their lives, move into leadership. They might not know what that looks like, obviously, yet, but I'm looking for sales directors. Number two, I'm looking for team members because I need team members that are just going to chill and hang out and sell Mary Kay to their friends and do a little bit here and there that aren't going to be directors, and that's okay. So I'm looking for team members. Three, I'm looking for my next hostess because she's going to help me meet new people, more customers. And then last, I'm looking for my sales because the product sells itself. When you let people try the product, they buy the product. So I'm not even necessarily looking for sales, even though I want them. So selling is important, but you have to ask for the sale. You have to. This is not negotiable. You can't just join Mary Kay and then people start buying from you. It just doesn't work that way. I'm so sorry to burst your bubble. They're not going to come knocking on your door just because you're a consultant now. So you have to ask. And it also really helps you sell more when you're more familiar with the products because confidence sells. So when they're looking at you as their skincare consultant. Do you know the benefits of the products? Do you even use the products? Are you able to tell stories about like Velada, she was sharing something with us about how what was it? It was a product that cleared up her daughter's eczema. I can't even remember what it was, but she was telling that story, and I'm like, I want to buy that from you. Like, I'm a consultant, and I want to buy that. Are you able to share stories? Like, I have stories about so many products. The oil-free eye makeup remover. One time, my daughter, when she was about 2, she had serious texture issues, and she had these shoes that had sticker residue in the bottom because they were like Crocs, but they weren't really Crocs, but they were that kind of material. Pulled the sticker off the bottom, and it was so sticky. I Dawn soaped it. I used face wash on it. I was scrubbing it. I put rubbing alcohol on it, and it was still sticky. And that child was like, I am not wearing these shoes. And for some reason, it took me a while to think, well, maybe I should put some eye makeup remover in her shoes. So I put a drop of it in there, wiped it off, and instantly she was like, no more sticky. She was so excited, and she would wear her shoes. So, do you have stories about the products? As you're sharing the products, are you able to tell stories and recommend solutions to their issues? So you got to be your own best customer because when you believe in it, it shows. And I will always compare it to the restaurant thing. So if you were to go to a restaurant, there's a new restaurant in Blythewood. I heard about it today. So I go to the restaurant. I haven't been there yet, but let's just say I go to the restaurant and I sit down. I have no idea what to order because it's a brand new restaurant. And I ask the server, well, what do you recommend? And they're like, oh, I don't eat here. Well, what'd you have for lunch? Oh no, I went next door. So when somebody says, Katie, I love your lipstick, and you're like, oh, I got it from Ulta. No, that does not develop trust. And it's not gonna really help much, but you have to believe in the product. And when you do, it will show and you will sell more. So be able to recommend different things, and the individual close matters. So the individual close at an in-person session or a virtual session can make or break you. And the individual close is asking them what they want. Listen to what they have to say. Recommend things if they're like, well, what was that thing we tried over here that like made my skin brighter? You have to know what you're gonna say. And the way to do it is to work your business. It is not to study. It is not to learn every ingredient in every product. It's to work your business. When you hold enough parties, you'll know what you're doing. And when you're new, you can say, honestly, I'm not sure, but let me ask my director, or let me ask my friends, or let me look that up and I'll get back to you tomorrow. So they are looking at you for advice, and so help them. So another um, aspect of, hold on, I'm gonna drink some of my coffee now. Working full circle is sharing the business opportunity. And this is where growth happens. So sales get you money today. But once you spend that money, it's gone, right? So I go sell $100, I make $50, I'm happy. I go to Chick-fil-A, now I'm broke again. The sales gets you money right away. But sharing the business opportunity, that's where you grow and that's where you actually truly build residual income. And I want you to just think of this like sometimes we wait until we feel ready to team build because we're like, well, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. It doesn't matter. That's what we're here for. I'm still going to work with your people just like I work with you. So, are you sharing the business opportunity or are you relying on your director to do it? Because this is huge. If you want leadership, even if you don't want to be a sales director, take the reins and lead. And you can ask simple questions like, have you ever thought about doing something flexible on the side? I mean, would you be open to hearing more? Setting up those share calls, every party that you do, every skincare session you do. This is the most important thing for me. When I walk out of a party, every person better be booked for a share call. If nothing else, they are booked for a share call because on that share call, so let's say somebody's getting up in the middle of the party to leave, I'm going to book her for a share call before she leaves because I am calling her, and on that share call, I'm going to share the business opportunity, but I can also book her for her second session and I can get her order. So let's say she had to leave early, I can still do everything I need to do on the share call. So for me, The share call is the most important thing. If I'm not going to recruit on the spot, I am not leaving a party without everyone booked for a share call. So I want to challenge each of you to set up share calls with me. And I don't know if you saw my text. Do y'all read my text? Because I'd be texting and it'd be quiet. There's over 100 of y'all and I don't hear from y'all. So y'all gotta text me back sometimes. Just be like, thanks, or so that way I know I'm not talking to myself. But I have been inspired by Velada to simplify some things. She didn't tell me how she does her share calls. She did tell me a little bit, but it's just the fact that things are so simple. And right now, we in society, we move so fast. And of how she words things because honestly, right now, women are stretched way too thin. It's like we wear this badge of honor, like I'm busy literally every second of every day. But we don't always have what we want to show from it, which a lot of times is money and flexibility and peace. So, is what we're doing actually leading to peace in our lives? Is it leading to the flexibility that we want for us and our families? Is it leading to profit, like we're actually making money, or are we going in debt to hopefully maybe pay it off one day with our career? So, I feel like so many people right now are moving really fast. And so I am going to start doing share calls differently, where it's easier for those people to do the call with us because we need easy, simple, and fast. So we're just like, forget about the video. Don't even worry about the video when it comes to share calls anymore. They don't have to watch a video. It's the share call itself is going to take about 10 minutes. So no more 30-minute share calls, although I will say there will always be exceptions to this rule because there are going to be people that love information and have a million questions, and that's totally fine. But it's going to be simple. I actually practiced it last night. I said, "Hey, can you help me out with this new like call format for me to share the business opportunity?" And it's someone who I accidentally texted, by the way. And she was like, "Sure." So I was like, "Okay, I'll call you at 8." There was no watch the video before I call. Don't forget to watch the video. Watch the video. Watch the video. It was just, I'll call you at 8. So I call her and I was like, "Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, I know we know each other, just go with it." And she was telling me what all she had going on. I asked her a couple questions, and then I told her a little bit about me, which she already knew that part, so it was super quick. And then I said, okay, so I'm going to tell you who we're looking for, like who I'm looking for as far as who to work with. And I went through a few things, and then I said, here's 4 reasons why people say yes to Mary Kay. And I went through 4 more things. And then I was like, so which one of those 4 things stands out to you most? And she said, the money. And I was like, okay, well, is there any reason we couldn't get you started today? Y'all, we make things way too complicated. And she's like, actually, I think I will join. Let me get, I think she said maybe Friday. I don't remember exactly what she said. I sent her the link, but super quick and easy. Who could use super quick and easy in your life right now? So I want to challenge you to set up share calls with me. All you have to do is just be like, "Hey, are you free tomorrow at 5?" That's all you need. And then if she's, and it doesn't even have to be tomorrow. You could text me right now and be like, "Can we do a share call at 8:15?" And I know normally we'd be on the Zoom still, but I think we're going to get through it early today. And I'll be like, "Sure, let's hop on the phone." It's super simple. If you're like, let's say you ask a friend, "Hey, can you help me with training?" And she says, "Yes." Great. Are you free right now? Because we're just making things so complicated. And sometimes people are like, I can do a call next Saturday afternoon. And I'm like, it's a 10-minute call. You can do it today or tomorrow. So don't overcomplicate it. And about 1 in 5 share calls will turn into a new consultant. So if you want some new team members right now, let's do some share calls right now. So if you only sell the product, so it's like a canoe or a boat, whatever kind of boat takes oars, you only sell the products, you're just gonna stay really busy. And that's fine if that's what you want. But if you build a team, you are actually gonna move and get freedom. So you're in the boats. One oar is selling, one is team building. If you are only rowing one side, you're literally going to go in circles. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to get your workout in, but you're not getting anywhere. If you do both, then you're moving forward. So, consistency definitely matters when it comes to all of these, and consistency leads to motivation. We want to wait until we have motivation to work our business because guess what? You're burnt out, you're exhausted, you don't feel like it. Nobody feels like it. The people who wait to feel motivated, they're not going anywhere. Okay. And if you're waiting to feel motivated, you have to just move first. Winners move first. So I want to challenge you to touch your business 5 days a week. And that's consistency. Touch your business 5 days a week. This could be you're seeing faces, you're letting someone try satin hands, you're sending follow-ups, you're sending a customer a thank you so much. I'm just so grateful for you. This could be phone calls, this could be a Zoom, hopping on a Zoom, this could be a party, this could be a share call, this could be checking back on somebody that you did a share call with. This is you touching your business 5 days a week. Everybody can send a text at some point throughout the day. You're here for a reason. You're on this Zoom. So touch your business 5 days a week and see what happens because the small actions turn into the big wins. And a little bit every day really, really, really beats a lot someday. I promise. We're like, I gotta wait until I have an hour to make my calls, or I gotta figure out when I can. When as soon as I hear I gotta figure out when I can, I know you're not serious about your business. Because if you were serious about your business, you would just do it right now. Like, oh, let me send a text right quick. I'm so excited. Let me text my friend. Hey, can I borrow your face? Y'all, it takes 10 seconds to do that. So small actions every day will definitely add up. So, I want to talk about what is not income producing because these are the things where if you don't have time to do the book, sell, recruit, if you don't have time to do that, you don't have time to do any of this. None of this matters if you're not doing that stuff. So you should be doing the stuff that actually makes you money, which is book parties, hold parties, sell at your parties, and recruit. And what's not income producing that can sometimes feel productive, can sometimes get us distracted, keep us busy, but they're really just not making you money, are things like rearranging your products. I have to dust my inventory every once in a while. It doesn't sit there for a long time, but the shelves themselves, they get dusty. That's not making me any money. So, organizing your notebooks, all right? It's important for you to have your booking notebook. It's important for you to have your hostess coaching notebook, but organizing it is making you $0. Watching training, like even this right here, this is not making you money unless you implement it. So, watching MK Confident modules, there's so many of those. They're great. They don't make you money though. Okay, so watching endless trainings, learning all the things is not making you money. Thinking about your business is not making you money. Looking at InTouch is not making you money. Shopping for party supplies is not making you money. Doing busy work on the computer, because we can do a lot of that somehow. I don't even know, like sending emails. Like, there's things that we need to do, but they're not making us money. Um, Hoping people magically call you is not making you money. So another thing that's not making you money, and some of you might need to hear this, I don't know, but doing things for others that they could do for themselves is not making you money. So this is especially true if you have a team. Don't disempower your team. Don't show up to rescue them. Work your business because when you're winning, they will win too. If you stop your business to try to go work theirs, nobody's winning. So help people grow, but don't train them to be dependent on you. And I'm talking to myself right now. So y'all might have noticed, I don't know. I know Candace probably really notices where a lot of times now when she asks me a question, I'm like, you can go find it here. And it's not because it's because I realized I was spending lots of hours, not on Candace. I just pick on Candace because I feel like I've said that to her a lot lately. But I've spent lots of hours trying to fix other people's problems when really y'all are grown-ups that have big girl panties that you can put on and figure things out on your own, but so is your team. Don't train them to be dependent on you because then you're going to be exhausted. And what makes you money is you being out there working your business and holding your parties. So, you can definitely feel busy and, feel productive when you're really not. you're really not like moving forward. But this business rewards action and numbers don't lie. This is a relationship building business, but you'll hear this a lot. It's not magical, it's mathematical. It is very much a numbers business. So I already told you about the two parties from Saturday. One was like 530, one was like 480. So that's over $1,000 on a Saturday. Can you imagine if that was you holding two parties and selling $1,000? Could you use $500 in your pocket right now? All right, if you drive all day for, what is it called? Uber Eats, are they going to pay you $500 for one day of driving? And okay, let's just put this into perspective too. Two parties don't take all day. Two parties should take you 3 hours, but let's just add some extra hours for driving and closing. And so let's just say 5 hours. So 5 hours, $500. Is that what you get paid with what you're doing right now? So the numbers don't lie. They really don't. And all we're doing is just women are having fun. They're trying products. They see the results on their face right then and there. They're buying. It's still the best way to work this business. And the numbers will always tell the truth. And so some of you are looking for the answer. You're looking for the secret. You're looking for the formula. And I'm telling you, it's book parties and hold parties. So whatever's stopping you from booking and holding parties, figure it out and make it happen. So 5 parties can change your entire month, like the trajectory of your life, really. And if you are holding 5 parties, that's like one a week, right? One and a quarter a week. Um, you're going to get a team member from each party. You're going to sell about $400 at each party if you have a starter kit and inventory. You are going to be a star consultant. You're going to get additional bookings, referrals. Like it is a system. It's a business that feeds itself. You don't constantly have to go out and figure out where to do it or how to do it if you're holding parties and you're working in full circle. But this business definitely rewards numbers, not moods. Okay. If you let your emotions get in the way because you don't feel like doing it today, then tomorrow is not going to be any different. I know you're tired. Trust me, I built this business with a full-time job and two small children and full-time school and like all the things. I know you don't feel like doing it, but you're also here for a reason. So just do it. Just do it. Change the circumstances that you're frustrated with. Change the things that you wish were different. Most women, the things that we wish were different, because you could list some stuff in the chat right now and it would have nothing to do with Mary Kay. What you wish were different has nothing to do with Mary Kay 99% of the time, but I guarantee you money and time would help with most of them. Probably like 99.9% of the issues we have, money or time. And I'm talking like housing issues, health issues, relationship issues, um, time issues, the fact that you're never with your kid issues, most of that can be fixed with time and money. So what are you doing to change that? And if nothing changes, nothing changes. I mean, it's not going to change on its own. So there is a short-term sacrifice. If you're looking to really like radically change things, you're going to have to sacrifice for a while, but it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. So that's the end of the training, but I do have a challenge for you, and I do also want to remind you that today is the last day to earn the On Target Star Dinner that you absolutely don't want to miss. And congratulations to Candace and Darlene for earning it. Michelle also earned it. She is in Florida. She is welcome to come to dinner with us, but obviously that's not going to happen. So she's going to get a digital product preview. So if you're not local to us, local as in you don't live in South Carolina, you can still earn it. Actually, y'all are all in South Carolina, but anybody that is out of South Carolina could earn it and still get they'll still get a sneak peek. So if you don't know your numbers, if you don't know what that looks like to be on target for Star, so our Star dinner is tomorrow night at 6:30, but you have to have earned it by the end of tonight, and it's not too late. You just need 900 wholesale between March 16th and today. and that puts you on target for Star, but earns you an invite. We're gonna have all the summer products there. I have a selfie light. You can take pictures. You're gonna be able to have social media stuff ready. I'm gonna send you with flyers for all the new products. So all the things, I will tell y'all where we're going tomorrow. So all the things, because I haven't decided yet, but you're gonna be able to touch, smell, play with, put it on your face, whatever, whatever the product is, you get to do whatever you want with it. So that's really valuable, and that's going to put you in a better position to sell to your customers too. So if you're like thinking, okay, I need to see how far I am, or if you're thinking, yeah, that's kind of been on my mind, but blah, 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 or, I kind of need a little more inventory, or I need some inventory because maybe I don't have any, or I need some products for myself, or I could follow up with customers right quick, do it, get it done. And it also puts you in a position to finish the quarter. So the quarter doesn't end until June 15th. So now if you're halfway there, then you might as well be a star come June 15th. Um, so I do have a challenge for you. So, well, before the challenge, I have some questions for you. So I want you to put your answers to these in the chat. So, um, what is one of the basics that you feel like you've neglected? So booking, holding parties, selling, recruiting. Like, which of those do you feel like you have neglected? Put it in the chat. So if you're here, participate. All right. You're not just here I don't want to be live entertainment. I want this to be something that really, helps. So, and what is one thing that you are committing to hitting by Friday? Okay. It's May 1st is Friday. So what is one thing, and you have to make a decision, and it might sound crazy, it might sound scary. It's okay. But what is one number, one in some area that you are going to commit to by Friday? Okay, having a party booked. That's great. So contacting 30 leads. Awesome. Um, so Tiffany, you know what I love? You know what I love about what you just said? You said I had been neglecting everything because I let life get in the way. And what that tells me is personal responsibility, because you could say, I've been neglecting it because life got in the way, and blaming it instead of taking ownership, because we don't get to control our circumstances, but we do get to control us. So when we let life get in the way, then that's when we deal with the consequences, and life can always get in the way. So, taking ownership and putting your foot down and doing it anyway. I love it. So, and if you want accountability, let me know. Not in the chat because I won't see this later. You just got to text me. And I know a lot of you are on my coaching call schedule, so you're going to be calling me Monday and Friday at the same time each week, which I'm excited about. But in the next 7 days, I have a challenge for you. I want you to get 2 bookings. I want you to hold one party. This party it can look however you want. I don't care what it looks like. I just want you to hold a full circle party. It could be a text party, a messenger party, a Facebook party, a Zoom party, an in-person party. I don't really care. Just get 3 people together and hold a party and stop overthinking it. Sell $300 this week or the next 7 days. 5 share calls, which will be from the party, but also people that you know, because now we got to practice these new share calls that I'm so excited about. And then touch your business every day, 5 days. The touch your business every day would be a 5-day thing. So touch your business every day. Are you touching your business every day in some way, shape, or form? So the people who are moving up in this business, they are not the most talented people, trust me. I did not get to where I'm at because I'm talented at all. They're the ones that are willing to trust the process and work it. Work it. Okay, I love what someone said on the 8:15 call that Ruth does, which I did it this morning, but someone said, I don't like to say try, I like to say work it. So I don't ever want to hear any of you say try. There is no such thing as try, by the way. Baby Yoda said that, or maybe just Yoda. There is no such thing as try. There is only do or do not. So don't say try, say I'm going to work it. Not I'm going to try to be in DIQ May 1st. I'm going to work it and get into DIQ May 1st. I'm not going to try to get into my red jacket by Friday. I'm going to work it and be in my red jacket by Friday. I'm not going to try to get one party booked. I'm going to work it, and I'm going to not stop until I get one party booked. So stop looking for the magic answer. Stop looking for the one thing that makes you go, That's it. Magically, I know that everything's going to be okay. And just do the basics. Just do the basics. That's it. So, yay, we finished early. So we have, look, you want to hold a party? You have an opportunity at 8:30. Michelle, I think it's Michelle that's doing it, is doing an introduction to color theory. And that's really valuable, first of all. So I want to challenge you to invite a bazillion people to it. You have between 8:04 and 8:30 to get people on that 8:30 Zoom. And I want you to get new people on there. Stop inviting the same people week after week. Unless you're layering them, spend your time getting in front of new people. So, and you could even, if somebody is just like really likes to hop on the Zooms, have them invite two friends. Like, hey, I would love to have you on as my guest. Maybe you'll win some prizes. Can you invite two people that I don't know? Cousin, granny, aunt, someone in California. Like, give them ideas, give them guidance. Because then if you're like, who can you invite? They're like, oh, nobody. If you're like, do you know anybody in another state that you could invite because I'm in a challenge? Or do you know anybody who maybe like you kind of can tell they put the wrong color foundation on or their eyeshadow just is like clashy? Can you invite them? Because color theory is going to help with all that. So who can get guests on tonight's Zoom? 8:30. It's not this Zoom. So if you don't even know what Zoom I'm talking about, go to Voxer and say, what's the Zoom? Because the invite's in there and somebody can give it to you and you can send them the link, send them the flyer, send them the link, and get people on tonight. So you got 25 minutes to get a whole bunch of guests on. So thank you guys. I will be putting a post up. Oh, let me take a picture. So say cheese. Oh gosh, I dropped my keyboard. Hold please. Oh my gosh. I need my keyboard to take my picture. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. I just threw it on the floor. Okay. Oh, look at this chat that I did. Okay. All right. Say cheese. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to put a post up on our Facebook group, and I would love for you to share your takeaways and, notes and whatever, because that's going to benefit my whole like keyboard holder fell, but that's going to benefit those who couldn't make it on tonight, and that's going to help us as a unit. Also, oh my gosh, we crossed over 300,000 for the year today, and I'm so excited. I am so proud of y'all. $300,000 in products sold since July 1st. That's a big deal, and it's just the beginning. So now we're running for 500,000 and beyond. So everything else we do for the rest of this year, which ends June 30th, this is going to just put us in an even better position. It's such a big deal. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of y'all. So let's get a bunch of guests on tonight, sell them a bunch of products, work them full circle, and let's make April count. And you guys, May 1st, we're going to have new red jackets, new DIQs, new directors, and I'm so excited to celebrate that. So y'all have a great rest of your night. Bye. Love you guys.